Okay guys, couple of things here. Number one, we might be hearing some building work noise / helicopters / airplanes through the mic here. I'm sorry, but the doors are open and I wanted to give a feeling of being outside. So you're welcome because we have a nice feel. Bit of wind blowing, a bit of access to the outdoors. And I apologize for any noise. Second thing, I might get pretty shiny throughout this video. It's hot. Why should you not be yourself on camera if you want to be more authentic on camera? Yeah, a little bit of a twist there. But it's true. One of the things that people want when they're starting out talking to camera is that they'll make a video and watch it back, be like, okay, I'm not really happy with that, and just wish that they could be who they are in everyday life on camera. So they wish that whoever they are with their family, friends, whatever, they could just be that person when they're delivering on camera, and so therefore be authentic. But the problem is that a lot of us are quite inauthentic off camera as well. And I think when we turn on the camera, we suddenly expect to see the real us, or this really kind of amazing, authentic, charismatic person who maybe in the back of our mind we kind of think we might be, or we think we might be able to be. We think we're kind of capable of being that person. But when we see ourselves on camera, we're really far off of that. So sometimes it is a bit of a mistake to think that you wish you could just be you on camera, because actually the camera is a verified documentation of who you actually are. So maybe the recording of yourself is who you actually are, but you just didn't really realize it. So there are a lot of mannerisms that we might have. There are a lot of ways we express ourselves that carry through to day-to-day life from how we talk to camera. And sure, when you're trying to just talk for the first time on camera, you're probably going to be more awkward than you normally are. You're probably going to be slightly less authentic than you normally are because you're just a bit nervous, or maybe you're just not used to talking. Rather than having a conversation, you're not used to just outputting. So that's completely normal, and that's an element to it. But I think it's also important to consider that you might just not be as authentic as you think you are in day-to-day life as well. And that's not to say that you're fake. A lot of this I'm talking about my own experience too. It's just to say that if you're like most people on the planet, maybe if you're feeling not very good and somebody asks you, who's maybe not your best friend, but somebody, maybe a friend or an acquaintance says, how are you? You say, yeah, great, how are you? It's like really normal, but it's completely inauthentic. So if you identify with that, and if you do that kind of thing, then it's very likely that you're inauthentic in other areas of your life as well, in other ways that you express yourself. And so when you talk to camera, you kind of expect yourself to be really authentic, but actually who you are yourself is not actually that authentic. So that sounds like a bit of doom and gloom, right? Well, the amazing thing about this is that not only who you are off camera translates to who you are on camera, but also who you are on camera translates to who you are off camera. So if you work on becoming more authentic on camera, and you practice for a while, you keep going, you rewatch your videos, you try different exercises, you can become more authentic, and that will translate into who you are off camera. So you can become more authentic off camera because of your on-camera practice. So there is a little bit of hope in this. The reason I'm making this video is because I think it can be a very powerful wake-up call, and something that can actually be more motivating than disappointing or more motivating than feeling like the issue's bigger than you thought it was. Because when we realize that, oh yeah, this person on camera, actually, there's a certain amount of acceptance that I'd like to do, maybe, but there's also a certain amount of progress that I'd like to make. Just know that you're not just making progress with who you are on camera, you're also making progress with who you are off camera. So one of the best ways to be more authentic socially, one of the best ways to improve your communication skills in general, is by actually practicing talking to camera. And more importantly, reviewing your videos when you do talk to camera. So going back through your videos, giving them a little review and being like, okay, outer stuff, mannerisms. Yeah, I feel like my mannerisms, maybe they're not that authentic. Maybe I'm kind of doing a certain thing that I don't really even identify with and I didn't even realize I was doing. Some people might have a kind of a scratching habit, for example. Like they might always kind of be doing this. They didn't realize it, really. They kind of maybe had a bit of awareness that they kind of do this maybe when they're nervous, but on camera, you just see it the whole time. So that's a good example. It's like, you're not just doing that because you're on camera, you do that anyway. So it's a great thing. Cool, awesome. Let's improve this. Let's consciously not do that, do something else with our hands. Or the Often people think, oh, whenever I turn the camera on, I just keep on umming. I say every 3 words. A lot of the time, you'll actually be umming and erring a lot when you are speaking to people as well, or giving some kind of presentation or talking to somebody on a Zoom call. So if you manage to eliminate those ums in your on-camera practice, those ums are also going to be eliminated in your communication off-camera too. So I hope this makes sense. You shouldn't just try and be yourself on camera if you want to be more authentic, because who you are now might not actually be the most authentic version of yourself. What I'd recommend doing is practicing. Practice talking on camera, not just for who you are on camera, but as an amazing way to improve yourself in general when you are off camera too. If you would like to check out the 30-day Talking on Camera challenge, that is in the link below. That's essentially this process packaged up and guided for you so you can have the best exercises to do from day 1 to day 30, going through your own challenge. And if not, just get into the habit of talking to camera every day. With that said, stay creative, keep filming. Bye-bye.